Well, hello everybody. This is Making Sank here, first name Making, and today we've got the wonderful Fiona Reid with us. How are you, Fiona?
I'm very good, thanks, Making. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you so much for asking. Now let's tell the world who you are and what you do.
I'm Fiona Reid. I am CEO for Disability Sport Wales. So I work for the National Organisation for Disability Sport in Wales.
Wonderful. Now, we are here today to talk about the fabulous organisation that is Get Out, Get Active. Now, can you tell me what your relationship is with GOGA?
It's been a really long-standing relationship. So we've been fortunate enough to be involved with Get Out, Get Active since it started in 2016. We had 3 projects at that time, one in Wrexham, one in Rondicon and Taff, and one in Pembrokeshire, all kind of based within a local authority context, all looking at slightly different things. But the constant was disabled and non-disabled people being active together. So that's where we started, and then we were fortunate enough when GOGA Phase 1 came to an end to have the opportunity to look at what we might do into GOGA Phase 2. One of our projects continued into Phase 2, and we had 2 new projects established, which are due to come to an end at the end of this year. So kind of bittersweet at the moment. It's we've had 6, 7 actually fantastic years working with Get Out, Get Active and the impact that that's brought, but we are kind of reticent about the kind of the end of the funded part of the programme approaching.
Now, I was wondering for people who have not really aware of the projects that you've just talked about, the areas that you've covered. Could you go through very briefly just a bit of information about those 3 projects for us?
Yeah, our 3 current projects are, one is in the kind of mid-north Wales, which is working with Pride Cymru and focuses on LGBTQ plus communities of disabled and non-disabled people. We have another one in partnership with Street Games, which is down in the kind of mid-south of Wales across the M4 corridor, covering Newport, Cardiff and Swansea, and focuses on ethnically diverse communities and disabled and non-disabled people within the breadth of those across that region. And then the one which was continued from GOGA 1, which is with elective home educated children, young people and their families and networks in Pembrokeshire, Carmarthenshire, Ceredigion and West Powys. So some really exciting programmes and projects and huge learning for all of us involved over the past 7 years.
Now, you've already mentioned about how GOGA has made an impact in the fact that it's brought the disabled and non-disabled community together with these 3 projects that you've just described. Could you share, I wondered if you had any particular stories at all of the impact that these particular projects have. So, for example, you mentioned the home education project. Can you... would you care to share any stories there of the impact that it's made on a particular family? You don't need to name names, of course.
I think there's been a particular partnership which has really been positive. Many of them have, but one in particular is with in partnership with weightlifting and a gym in Pembrokeshire, where communities of children and then their families and networks who are electively home educated have kind of gone in and had experience of lifting weights, but not in the traditional, see how much you can lift way, but that kind of broader learning how to lift safely, learning how to do things which then transition outside of that kind of traditional sport environment, but get people active. I think that's one where, certainly the kind of the feedback and the impetus and the enthusiasm for those range of sessions has been really high. We've had really successful surfing and sailing programs out in Pembrokeshire. Obviously, that part of the coastline, for anybody who knows West Wales, is absolutely stunning. And then I think the one which probably stands out most, and it was one that was done within the kind of GOGA phase one, was sand art. So it was a local artist who brought a group of young people and their families together, and they did this amazing sand art on the beaches in Pembrokeshire. And the number of steps that those people attending did within that time, they had no idea, didn't notice it at all. And I think that resonated most strongly, because what we really needed to be doing, and what we found significantly within the GOGA programming, is that actually it's that activity by stealth. It's having fun, enjoying it, going out and doing stuff that connects you with the world, or with friends, or with other people who become your friends, without actually knowing that you're doing something which is even better for you. It's improving your physical health, your mental health. It gives me goosebumps to kind of to think about it and talk about it. But yeah, those ones particularly, I think, stand out for that programme over there.
I absolutely love that. And of course, you mentioned, Disability Sports Wales conjures up sport competitiveness, and some of the programs that you talked about today is far from it. It's more about community and inclusivity. I mean, sand art, that sounds wonderful. And the right way of weightlifting, the safety aspects of it, that sounds fantastic. Not necessarily how many weights that you can lift. Well, Fiona, it's been absolutely fabulous talking to you. I wondered if you had any final words before we end this broadcast.
I always have final words, making, so thank you. I wanted to start really with a huge thank you to primarily the volunteers, because they've been absolutely incredible. I think we found participants who have become volunteers, and volunteers who have become participants. The partners who have really embraced this, and GOGA gave us something totally different. It gave us a space to try and to thrive and to fail, actually, in terms of that first attempt in learning. We don't know much about intersectionality. We've still got so much to learn, and GOGA really gave us that opportunity. So thanks to the partners. And then a little on the cliche side, but genuinely mean thank you to Spirit of 2012, London Marathon Foundation, and Sport England, for putting some money behind this as well, to support the partners across the UK, because they took a risk. And that risk has absolutely paid off. The learning has been huge. So it's a thank you, really, to everybody who's been involved alongside us and with us and guided us through this brilliant, brilliant journey that hasn't finished, but is changing.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for your time, Fiona. And if you would like to get involved with the GOGA programme, be a volunteer perhaps, please do not hesitate to go onto the website getactive.co.uk. Thanks very much.